In a small village surrounded by dusty roads and quiet hills, people whispered about Jesus Christ, a man who walked with quiet purpose and carried peace like sunlight breaking through storm clouds. Some said he was a teacher, some said he was a healer, and others wondered if he was something far greater. No one knew for sure, but everyone agreed on one thing: wherever Jesus went, impossible things happened. On this day, the village needed a miracle more than ever. Crops were dying, families were afraid, and hope felt like something slipping away. People gathered in the center of the village when they heard Jesus was coming. They didn't know what he would do, but they needed something to believe in again. The first miracle began when a blind man stumbled toward Jesus, calling his name through the crowd. He had lived his whole life in darkness, never seeing the sky, the faces he spoke to, or even his own reflection. Jesus touched his face gently and said, "Your faith has made you whole." The moment the words left his mouth, the man opened his eyes, and light rushed in. Colors, faces, and the world he had never seen before came alive. The crowd gasped, some stepping back in fear, others leaning in with wonder, all of them realizing that nothing about this man was ordinary. A woman pushed through next, trembling and sick for 12 long years. She did not shout. She did not ask for attention. She only reached for the edge of his robe. The moment her fingers brushed the cloth, strength filled her body like a river of healing. For the first time in years, she stood straight, breathing freely. Jesus turned toward her, not with anger, but with understanding, as if he had already known she was coming. "Your faith has healed you," he said, and tears fell from her eyes like the beginning of a new life. Before the crowd could take in what they had just witnessed, a desperate father arrived, yelling that his little daughter was dying. Without hesitation, Jesus followed him. When they reached the house, mourners stood outside because the girl had already passed away. The father fell to his knees in heartbreak, but Jesus walked inside, took the girl's hand, and spoke softly, like calling someone from sleep. "Little one, rise." Her chest rose with a breath. Her eyes opened. She sat up and smiled like someone waking from a dream, and her parents wept as they held her. In that moment, death itself felt small in the presence of Jesus. As the sun began to set, a storm gathered over the sea. Jesus and his followers entered a small boat, but the wind roared and waves slammed against them like a living thing made of anger. Fear gripped their voices, and they shook him awake, crying that they were going to die. Jesus stood in the center of the boat, rain pouring over him, lightning flashing behind him, and spoke to the storm with the same calm authority he used when he healed the broken. "Peace, be still." The wind stopped instantly. The waves fell quiet. The storm obeyed. The men stared at him with wide eyes, whispering, "Even the wind and the waves listened to him." Word about Jesus spread everywhere. Some people followed him with hope. Some questioned him with doubt. Others feared him because they could not understand what they had seen. But for the broken, the sick, the hurting, and the forgotten, Jesus became the doorway to life again. His miracles did more than heal bodies. They healed hearts. They restored joy. They reminded people that God had not abandoned them. Every step he took, every word he spoke, every life he touched, became part of something that felt bigger than the world itself. The greatest miracle was not only the blind seeing, the sick rising, or the storm falling silent at his voice. The greatest miracle was that Jesus brought hope to those who had none, love to those who believed they were unworthy, and new beginnings where life had felt finished. His miracles did not just change moments, they changed people forever. And the echo of that miracle still lives wherever hearts believe that what is impossible for man is possible with God.